Today I fucked up by burying used condoms in my parents' garden. Right, so when I was a horny little teenage boy, like most others, I masturbated every day. Me and my friends also used to get free bags of condoms from the local doctors, so I always used these to masturbate with. I used to flush these down the toilet until I heard they clog up the drains, and I didn't want to throw them in the trash bin in case my parents found them. Well, at the bottom of our garden was a row of fern trees that no fully grown adult could get behind, but the gaps were perfect for my teenage stature and I used to hide behind them all the time. I thought it would be a brilliant place to hide my condoms, so over the space of roughly 6 months I dug down about 5 inches and used to throw in my used condoms, then conceal it back up. Well, fast forward 12 years, this morning I decide to visit my parents who have slabs, gravel and a few other building materials in their garden. Turns out they're having a complete renovation of the garden, including removing the fern trees at the back. They're hiring some contractors, but will be overseeing and doing a bit of work themselves. If I had to guess, I'd say there's roughly 20 to 30 used condoms buried back there somewhere that are more than likely going to be dug up. I have no idea what the hell to do. Too long didn't read. Buried used condoms in my parents' garden. They're having it renovated and are almost certain to dig them up. Well, I wouldn't say anything. Act shocked if they bring it up. Admit nothing. Deny, deny, deny. Planting your seed, you're doing it wrong. Obviously people have been sneaking into your parents' gardens to have sex behind the trees. How odd. Kill someone and bury them back there. The condoms will seem like small potatoes. Thanks for awards. But seriously, a body. You found condoms buried behind the fern tree? That's disgusting. I can't imagine who in their right mind would do such a thing. Today I fucked up by ruining 4th of July. Throw away because some people know my account. Gross warning. So the world is in a shitty place, we all know that. What's one way to be considerate of others? Wear a face mask. I'm not here to debate masks or anything else, so please don't start. Most of my family understands this, except for my cousins. And usually I just avoid them, but for 4th of July they agreed to have a social distanced hangout in order to come see my grandparents. Been taking care of them and I've been super careful because of their age, so I was against it, but they swore up and down they would be careful. I shouldn't have believed them. They show up to the house not wearing masks. I politely ask them to put them on. They roll their eyes and agree. Great start. Agreed on no hugging between people who weren't quarantined with each other, so the greeting was awkward, but that's fine. The day goes on mostly without incident. We're all day drinking. I made myself this watermelon lime margarita that I usually save for holidays and such because it can fuck me right up. The family requests it, I make more. And now that everyone is drinking, my cousins decide now is a good time to try to hug the grandparents. I get in between them, saying that it's not okay, that we agreed to not touch, that if we're not wearing masks outside we have to be 6 feet, etc. Start to mimic me and try to get into my space, and everything is just too much for me. I am so angry and so drunk. One of my cousins says something about bodily fluids not being gross if you're family or something. I was drunk Hulk already at this point, so I don't exactly remember. But for some reason I took it as a challenge. I made direct eye contact, stuck my finger down my throat, and vomited on my cousin. It all happened so fast and I felt so much better in so many ways. Once everyone realized exactly what had happened, it turned into a frenzy. I was getting screamed at, my cousin was screaming, I'm pretty sure my grandma was laughing. It was crazy. My cousins went home before we got a chance to see the fireworks. Too long didn't read, anti-mask cousin got vomited on by a drunk me. Tell us more about this watermelon lime margarita. That's what we call a power move. Today you did not fuck up. That will be remembered forever. That may have been the highlight of your grandma's life. Them, bodily fluids aren't gross between family. You, challenge accepted. Admit on them / what the fuck did they expect? This was awesome. You are a hero to many. You should be proud of yourself. You were due for asserting dominance, and I'd anyone that has the balls to do that. See, if I had been wearing a mask it would have protected you from the majority of that vomit. Today I fucked up by putting the wrong topping on my rice, costing me hundreds. On mobile, recently I've been fairly sick, and when I'm sick it's hard for me to eat. So I'll usually have a little bowl of rice with some soy sauce on it to keep me going. This afternoon I woke up starved, dizzy and nauseous and stumbled into the kitchen to make my rice, but unfortunately, my soy sauce and vanilla extract come in nearly the same bottle. I hate vanilla. Extreme hate. I only have it because my mum visits a lot and likes a bit of it in her pancakes. So of course, I slathered my rice in vanilla. The smell must not have thrown me off since my nose was stuffed up, otherwise I'm sure I would have smelled it. I brought my vanilla rice to the couch and laid down to eat. But as soon as I tasted the first bite, I spat up all over myself and rushed to the washroom to rinse my mouth. Unfortunately I couldn't really get the taste out of my mouth and began dry heaving, no food in me. I had one of those really good, 30-minute long dry heaves. When I was done I was drenched in sweat and flipped onto the bathroom floor to cool off. After 10 or 15 minutes laying there I must have fallen asleep. I woke up when it was dark, 3 to 4 hours later, and my house was a disaster. My dog had gotten bored, and must have pawed at my rabbit's cage, because she got out. He lets her out when he wants to sniff her. She chewed through my laptop cord, an expensive pair of headphones, my keyboard cord, and ate the leather off the bench from my weightlifting setup. Meanwhile, my dog decided it was a really good time to pee in the middle of my bed, and then dig a hole on top of his pee. He also ate 2 pairs of high heels and scratched the paint off the front door. So here I am set up with some blankets on the living room floor. Wish me luck on repairs and replacements. Rock on gesture. Edit. My dog is normally very well behaved, just a high energy, massive puppy. He just really needed to use the toilet and isn't vocal with me in those situations, so he tried to do what he could for himself. All he's guilty of is really needing to pee, and possibly hoping my rabbit could keep him company. He does not need to be trained. He is very well behaved. That's a big reason why this situation irked me so much. Too long didn't read. I accidentally put vanilla extract on my rice instead of soy sauce. I hate vanilla and violently dry heaved before passing out. Woke up to hundreds of dollars of damage caused by my dog, and my rabbit, who was freed by my dog. From the title I thought it was going to be something like you accidentally putting an incredibly expensive ingredient on the rice. But no, that story was way better, albeit highly unfortunate. Small price to pay to know what your pets would do if you ever clocked out of life early. I was worried Op had used something they were allergic to or something and had to go to hospital. May hospital visits don't cost nothing to me. I'd rather be hospitalized than have my cords eaten. Rock on gesture. Ouch. That was a bad day times 100. My best wishes to you to recover your health on to salvage what you can after furry butts run wild. Alternate reality where owner has a cat, they wake up and everything is fine. Cat gives them a look that feels judgmental. Reddit post gets 3 upvotes.